Hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and some of my players, as sometimes, we'll hopefully have one other joining us in the middle of this short stream, although maybe not. So
Did it cut out for everyone or just me?
It cut out for
me as well.
Oh really?
Oh. Yeah. It's every time you say hello, it just goes. Happened yesterday.
So,
not yesterday. Tuesday too.
I have noticed the so it's when the app starts running for the avatars to appear on stream. Last time the bloody app didn't work. It didn't work at all. I noticed the whole stream that the lights weren't lighting up. And this time when it wasn't lighting up when I did my intro, and then it did after you guys were like, yeah, you cut out for us. I may uninstall that thing. It's fucking annoying. So
I think you just need to go a little bit of like a you give it like a go 1 2 3 4
well, no,
15 seconds then.
So the program's running the whole time that OBS is running. So when I was offline, when I wasn't streaming a moment ago, it normally works when you guys are talking. That's how I know that it's running properly.
Okay.
So when I've already given it a cut, like 15, 20 seconds after the stream starts, so it should already be up and running, have warmed up, reconnected, and I don't know. It's an annoying little app that I may have to remove. Anyway, so short recap. Last time our group got the Archaeotech facility up and running. They did some poking around. They found out they have a magic Omnibot servitor thing that if they put drugs into it, if they put objects into it, it can manufacture drugs for them. Currently, the Degenerate is laying there and will be laying there for 6 weeks.
I wonder how much C4 I would be able to extract out
of a trying to make C4 with the medbot.
We've already gone through this. It does not create explosives. Only creates
it can create
drugs.
components.
As far as you're aware, it doesn't extract the components, only the objects needed.
This needs investigation.
Don't break our fucking medbot just to make bombs.
However, they found some more interesting information on the Archaeotech Cognite, which told them the world's original name when it was first colonized, and told them about some of the weird shit they were doing on the world. Essentially, this is a hunting and pleasure world. It was designed so that big game hunters could come and test their abilities against the smartest and most dangerous creatures known to man. And of course, that means they had to breed humans with animals, because who is the most destructive creature of, well, the old worlds, the old 40k? Well, it was man. Once the Tyranids turned up and you got the Necrons rose again. However, they found out some good stuff, as well as the rough locations of a number of other Archaeotech bunkers. And the tech priest began to dribble once he heard that there was a titanic ordnance bunker on world as well.
I wasn't the only one.
So we're basically still on that day, coming to the end of it. For now, you guys will notice there's another handout. All of you can affect it, or edit it. There's party supplies. Now dealing with your own food, drink, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
I have noted down how much you have in there, and I've given most of the animals that are edible a meat value and other resource value.
Huh?
So the 19th basically comes to an end. You have lights in the facility now. The generator is running, so you just need to fill that up with water every now and then, and you're right next to a stream, so yeah, things are looking up at the moment. On the 20th, with Kalindra not really getting any better now that Cray has had some time to, you know, stop playing around with the Archaeotech, he comes to her in the morning and she's sweating quite a lot. And looks over at the Archaeotech device and is like, oh dear, it seems as if she's getting worse. Thinking that it's probably a good time to go and look for ingredients. That is what you will be doing today. So, if you'd like to mark off another day's worth of meat for the 5 of you.
Okay. Just mark down one of the days.
Yeah, just mark down one of the days. Because each hank of meat will feed all 5 of you for a day.
Fair enough.
It's not the best of diets, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
I miss my protein bars.
Having very meaty shits for a while, it's fine.
Look, it beats cold start, really.
True.
As
There's
you
not
look
much.
swifts at you.
So you did speak to Muttermouth before, and you asked him if he knows of any medicine plants around here. He basically told you that he doesn't. This area is pretty barren. It's new to him, and he's not a medicine man. However, you did chuck in like stone, and it was able to extract salts from the stone to mix with the water to give the degenerate an IV. So it's pretty sophisticated tech. So thinking upon that, kind of just go out and grab whatever you can. Unless you want to arrange for a mini expedition to leave Kalindra here and take upon your herd beast and ride off into the...
I think we just go out and probably shouldn't split up. It's pretty fucking dangerous outside. Gather what plants we can get. We'll stick in a group.
I mean,
Try and get some. I'll see if I can get lucky with a survival roll to point out any particular plants we should get, but I don't think we should count on it. If I'm completely honest.
Okay, so you just want to search the immediate area around where you are, because there is, again, growth. It's not completely barren.
Yeah.
You know that there are, like I said, there's a river that runs, stream that runs from the top of the mountains, like it's pulled from rain and so forth, and it makes its way down, and just leaching from the hills itself. So there are like river shrubs and so on and so forth growing along there. You can just grab things and feed it into the machine and see what comes out of it. Sure. It is kind of dangerous around here, not gonna lie, so yeah, you might wanna stick in a group. So you're not gonna waste any time actually moving and walking off to find an area like you normally do. This is the area that you're picking, so you can have longer and roll more rolls. So, for those of you who are not rolling survival, can you roll me an intelligence roll? Double check this. Yeah. Can you roll me an intelligence roll with a -10?
That's actually better than me rolling intelligence, by the way. Or that's actually better than me rolling survival.
How can that be? Is yours
Because
only basic?
I've only basic, yeah.
Okay, so do it at half of your intelligence, what it should be if you're. Well, actually, yeah, you can just roll survival on the sheet that you don't.
No, you can't because it's not basic. Unless you take basic and then do it. Oh, off to a fantastic fucking start. I'll use a fail point.
I succeed.
Why not?
Was that just with the -10? Because
Yes.
I corrected that. It would have to be half because Geddy's got survival and his is at half. So yeah, unfortunately, Prey, you don't succeed. Sorry, dude. Then neither does.
That was my intelligence half.
Okay, but like I said, you're not moving anywhere, so you can essentially spend.
Do you want me to reroll or?
No, this is just using up basically 1/4 of the day. So you've spread out and you've started just grabbing any type of foliage that you can find. Anything that's green, you're just grabbing some and like, okay, well, this might do and this might do.
I mean, well, I do have photographic memory, so if I do get something useful.
Oh, yes. Technically, once you find something useful, you'll be able to be like, oh, that plant had something last time. But for now, it's just grab that.
I mean, right now
I have total recall too, so I get to do that too.
I mean, right now is the method of throw shit at the wall and some will stick.
So as you start spreading out and grabbing what you can, Heinrich starts looking and is like, would there really be medicine in reeds? In the sludge that's growing in the pond, in the stagnant parts, and starts looking around a bit further for where there are actual plants growing on the side, and you get close. You're like, okay, well, this looks like it's green and it's growing on the bank. You pick up some weird type of moss, and Muttermouth disappears off and does some feral digging like actions at the side of the bank. Produces a few things, kind of shrugs, sniffs it, like recoils, puts it in his bag. Do you all want to roll again, or do you want to see if your items have come to anything?
Stuff.
I'm going to roll again.
Okay. So yeah, it'd be your intelligence half.
Oof.
No.
Oh, Muttermouth. Use one of your.
Oh, come on, Abby, please.
Oh, Muttermouth.
You're safe, yes.
7.7. God fucking damn it. 99. Jesus Christ.
So as you're going about,
should I try and re-roll that?
That's a maybe. I don't know. Hang on. What's your target?
Yeah, let's re-roll that.
Yeah, why not? Ooh, wow.
Okay. So
for fuck's sake,
you're going around and Abby is kind of looked up and kind of doubting some of the things she's picking up from the shore. Well, not the shore. Well, the riverbank, and sees that Muttermouth has been digging away at the side of the riverbank, and he's picked something up, and he seems to be doing a similar thing, looking along. And you look at Heinrich, who's gone up further up the riverbank, and is currently grabbing moss and stuff, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I should start looking somewhere else. And you go a little bit further, just like, no, they're just reeds, or the thing that I've got here, and that's just. And before long, you've got a little bit further away from the group, but you notice that there are some other flowers, some other things. You're like, okay, well, let's just grab the flowers and okay, we'll take that. So that is about midday now. You've burnt basically half a day. You want to roll again?
Go for broke. I really should stop.
Oh, Muttermouth, you swine, you.
Oof. Today is not the day to go to the casino.
Oh, Jesus.
You know
It's
what? I'll
Look, she's
for
not good at survival, okay?
for
it's
giggly
alright.
shits. For giggly shits.
To be honest with you,
I'll
it's.
fate point. Oh god damn it.
I was gonna say it's fine. Lindra's out for 6 weeks. It's a bit of time over this, I suppose. So I guess you can roll one more time, and then that's, you know, you're basically coming back. It's gotten dark. You're returning and basically eating and had a hard day. A lot.
One more day. God fucking damn it. 77! Yay!
Jesus
Oh,
Christ, Muttermouth! Like, what is wrong with you?
Muttermouth has the best. He's the best one, doesn't he?
Yeah,
This is my 4th fucking roll above 90.
Muttermouth has
Jesus
it with a
Christ.
+10. Okay, he's not the most intelligent creature in the world. He's got a 45% chance of actually succeeding. But after that one lot of success, he has rolled just terribly. As have all of you. So, okay, you basically, you head back with your meager hearts. As you get back into the hideout, it's well and truly dark. You go down to the machine, you start feeding in your parts. It rejects pretty much everything that you've brought back, except from the root tuber like thing that Muttermouth puts into it. It comes back highly poisonous, and not in the good type of poison way where you could put it on a weapon and it gives you a readout that this stuff will basically cause massive cramps and diarrhea.
Well, interesting.
Yes, put that put that in the elf. Good job, Muttermouth.
So
I mean, laxatives can always be useful. You only need to dose it right.
the flowers go in, and it comes up as a very minor painkiller. Basically, like 5 times weaker than paracetamol. Very mild, but with enough of it, you could create a painkiller. And all the reeds and everything else is just not. The tech priest.
The moss.
Yeah, not good. Essentially, yeah, the only 2 things, because you guys only. I mean, I gave Abby because it was such a close one. Did you succeed at one point, Heinrich? Am I being unfair?
I had a 0.3, I think, or 0.3.
Oh, did I get yours? Did I get yours wrong? I do apologize. So, okay, I'll give it to you. The moss, as you feed the moss in, it would say that it's got very slight antibiotic properties, but not. What is another word for this? It's basically, it can be used to sterilize a wound, but you can't fabricate a antibiotic that you can ingest from it.
It's a very tame antiseptic. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, antiseptic.
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
you would class it as an antiseptic indeed.
Unfortunately, no degrees of success were high enough to get the good stuff.
All right, there's always tomorrow. Hang in there,
There
Abby.
is.
Not Abby. Sorry, fucking
Kalindra.
Linda.
As another night goes by, the sweats continue for our friend Kalindra.
Shit, it's okay.
As Cray checks the wound, it is indeed a bit oozy and pussy. And as you're like, as you're like, what did that device say? It's got. Give me some of the moss. No. There you go. Make a very crude paste. Not paste. Poultice. I mean, you have stitched up the wound, so it's not like it's open and weeping or anything. Open and weeping. It's just oozing across the joins of the flesh. So, day 21 has come. Knock off another supply as you guys head on out again.
There you go.
We'll start hunting again.
I guess so.
I'll bite the top off. How many degrees of failure? Place your bets now.
We're going to get a combined total of about -20, I guess.
Oh, Mother Mouth, you fucking Judas.
Come on, Mothermouse, come on. He's the only one who's actually going to check.
Look, I had 4 rolls above 90 thus far.
I have the
It
skill.
has to get better at some point. Yeah, I don't have survival. I'm just ticking basics so I get half my intelligence.
Yeah.
At the moment,
You've still got 2 points better than I am.
I think Kalindra was wounded like a week ago now, so at least one of her crits has gone off.
Hey,
only 5 more weeks to go.
I think we're halfway there.
Okay, so
23 again. What the fuck?
I'll give it. It was close enough. Abby, you go to where the flowers were, and there's a few of them. It's not like a field, but there's a decent number, and you're like, okay, well, you know, you're a bit loath to do it, but you start like digging in the dirt, and you reveal the roots of the plant as well, and you grab the whole plant this time, not just the flowers, the roots, stem, leaves, flower, and all. So you have a decent fistful, bundle, bouquet. You have a decent sized bouquet of medicine plants.
Miss Bouquet. Sorry, can't resist.
So, if everyone would like to roll again. Come on, Mouth! Huzzah!
Damn, foil the end.
So, Mother Mouse goes over and he carrying on with this root idea that he's got going. There's one of the shrub plants that keeps appearing everywhere. He starts digging down quite deep. And he spends a decent amount of time to reveal just these shrub plants just have really long, skinny roots. No big tumors or have a word for it. It is like tubers, like a potato-like thing in the bottom of the roots. None of them.
Oh,
Bulb?
Yeah, it could be either a bulb, a
no.
a tumor, or a
tumors. I don't think tumors are the right term.
It's got a special name. Let me look it up.
I believe it is. It's because it's a
No, tuber with a B, not an M.
oh, tuber.
Oh, tuber. Okay.
I should know this.
Right?
I'm from
I think so,
Belgium.
at least.
Yeah, no, that does sound more right to me. I'm hearing it. Because a tumor is something that grows inside you. It is a business. Whereas a tuber.
Tumor is an unwanted growth of cells. Any organism can have it. I mean, it's an unwanted, uncontrollable growth of cells.
That's definitely not what you want in a vegetable. Just ask the Irish.
What did you want in anything?
Tuber. T-U-B-E-R.
Yeah, it's basically a potato. That's what I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
what potato is classed as. So he doesn't find any of them. It's just some long, scraggly roots. But he takes his prize and puts it in his bag and hopes for the best. So, with half the day gone, would we like to roll again?
Well, hang on. Cray didn't roll for that time.
Oh, great. Get your roll.
Wait, did we already roll second time?
Yes.
We've already rolled the second time.
I will now roll survival.
Ooh!
Please. So, Cray.
What heresy is this?
You pass a test?
I want to use a fate point.
No!
I must fail this. No. So, Cray, you haven't really had much luck with this. You're kind of getting a little bit fed up. So you leave the river bank, and you're like, no, I'm not going into the water. I'm not going on the shore. Fine, I'll walk up a bit and I'll see if there's any. So you start doing a little bit of rock climbing, a little bit of hill climbing. Just going up, and so before long, you're a decent height above everyone else. It's not particularly steep. It's not difficult for you to do this, and you see there's a small clump of growth. Okay, so you go over to investigate, and you see that there's a very small flower-like. Yeah, you'd suppose that's the flower, and it seems to have petals of a normal flower, but it also has a fruit that comes out from the top. There's like a stem, like from a cherry, and that grows out from the petals, and it dangles in front of the actual flower itself. And they're this really vibrant looking color, and they do look quite like, you look at them and there's this small monkey part of your brain that you thought you had removed so long ago that comes on. It's just like, they look tasty. And then your logic routine's coming and says, don't be silly. Just okay, we'll take that and we'll test it. We'll see how dangerous it is. I should have done a willpower check then to see if you eat one. Maybe next time. So you are 3/4 of the way through your day. We're gonna go for another roll.
Yes, need to stain this heresy. We need to clean this heresy.
Oh, fucking.
Oh,
Holy.
Muttermouth.
Oh, I fucking made it.
I made it again.
Holy
Son
shit.
of a bitch.
Right,
Motherboard's got a crit feel.
Muttermouth is going to use his last fortune point.
Don't burn down the fucking forest, Motherboard.
I almost got a crit success.
Everyone passed at least once except for me.
No, I've been kind for a couple of abbeys. You're only 0.3 off. You find more of the moss. Eventually, you find a bigger patch of it. You just start gathering it up because you know it's got some use. However, Cray, so you've got this weird like fruit part of this plant, and you're like, well, I'm already this high up, so I might as well just hang on. You think to yourself for a moment, and Muttermouth keeps digging at plants. I've got to dig in the dirt. So you start extracting the dirt very methodically from around the plant's root, and you do indeed find a small tuber. Take that and pocket it. Whereas Abby, as you start moving, along, you've collected a decent amount of flowers from this area, and you've gone to another area and had little luck. You go to another area and you start seeing, oh, hang on, there are larger flowers over here. Petals, like the shape of the petals is completely different. They almost look like little bells that are hanging. Each one comes up and there's a very vibrant pink bell that sits there, and Okay, well, fine. We'll snap them up. So now you genuinely do have a kind of medicine bouquet. Whereas Muttermouth starts lifting up rocks, starts like turning things over and going over to the shrubs and the larger plants, and it takes him a while, but he comes back with a different type of. Oh no, sorry, you haven't had this yet. So he comes back with a type of fungus he's found growing along the river bank where a number of rocks have fallen. It's made like a little stepped area. There have been some funguses growing there. But as night quickly descends upon the group and they hurry back with their goods, who knows, maybe a little bit of excitement running through the group. They start feeding in their items. So, Abby, with your flowers and the roots have more of the more concentrated form of the painkiller substance. So you now have enough to produce, or at least for the device to use painkillers for an undetermined amount of time. So it was the flowers, it was more moss that goes in. You have more of an antiseptic, a crude antiseptic. The roots that Muttermouth feeds in come up again as highly toxic, but a number of the chemicals that are needed for certain medicines are also ticked off. As Cray comes along and delivers the fruit of the plant, comes back as delicious, highly toxic, highly toxic. This one actually would work as a poison, as it seems to have an effect on the neurosystem to numb the. Sorry, would that be neurosystem? No, it has an effect on the cells around the area to numb and slowly paralyze if eaten. Obviously, paralyzation before death.
Can we use it as a local anesthetic?
That there are chemicals that are coming out of the berries that are being used or can be used for medicine and extracting those properties from it. It just basically says that this plant is poisonous. Do not eat. The tuber that you feed in actually comes back as a hallucinogenic. There are a number of, and it extracts a number of chemicals from it, but it, as basically unedible hallucinogenic properties. And there was, maybe I should have kept notes for this. There was, no, we did the flower. Oh yeah, sorry, the other flowers. So as Abby then puts in the nicer part of her bouquet, these flowers that appear to look like bells hanging, feeds them in, and again comes back as highly toxic, very dangerous, but a number of chemicals do come out of these ingredients. It does not seem to be enough to create a proper formula yet. The device does say that it's analyzing certain parts still, and it is telling you that it does have doses for certain things. But at the moment, oh yeah, Muttermouth puts in a mushroom, or puts in some mushrooms, and again it's psychedelic, eat and trip your balls kind of ingredients. But the machine does come up as it's still analysing some, and it's reconstituting others. Seems as if the ingredients that you've provided are being used or tested to see if they can revitalize any of the chemicals that are expired, quote unquote, within the machine. So it seems another day of hunting. Or roughly another...
Going by our rules, like 7 or 8.
Oh, hang on, that's why I've entered into a different chat. I'm looking at things I shouldn't be looking at. Okay, so you leave Kalindra. She, again, doesn't look great. But then she's a Dark Eldar, so how are you meant to know what what is healthy to one of her degenerate kind? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh dear, I've just realised something. The degenerate's gone a number of days without having any pain or torture or
Fuck.
Oh, true. She might take attribute damage, doesn't she?
Maybe it'll be a bit of a shock when Jim gets here and I reckon she probably got a bit of a feed off of the herd beast when it saw its friend get slaughtered and butchered in front of it at the village when you sold that one off. So it's
Did it actually, knowingly take that in?
Well, no, so it knows and it sees everything around. It's just your dominance stops it from going berserk. Like when you lose control of it, it gets to react to all that shit that's happened and what it's seen.
Yeah, but it was under my control, so it wouldn't have, it couldn't display that level of suffering.
Oh no, it can't.
Kinda.
It can't physically, but mentally it can. Mental trauma can still be going through it. It can still be in, Or can't? No, it. Yeah, because it's like being paralyzed.
I mean, I'm not going to talk you out of it because that would give an advantage to, my fellow player.
Well, I'm just thinking if you're
so
paralyzed,
I won't be that arsehole until you know.
If you're paralyzed and you see something traumatic and horrible happening in front of you, your brain is still processing it. It's still seeing it.
Yeah, but it's smart enough to realize it.
Well, yeah, they're animals that can be trained and are heard, but they're not stupid.
No, my question was rather that, the Dark Elder gets off on people being afraid and, them displaying that, and the herd beast just wouldn't be able to.
Is it displaying it though, or is it just the feel? Because, like, again, in the books,
I
they can
it's
smell
the feeling.
Well, they can smell the pheromones of fear and get their jacks off. So it's.
I don't think they have to see it. It just needs to happen around them, and then they magically feed on it.
Because I'm sure I've heard it say that it's like the stink of fear. So what I'll do is I'll be nice. From when you left Izmir was the last time she got even a little snack of anything. But that's still like 5 days ago. So, yeah, Degenerate may be having a bad time. Maybe having a bad time indeed.
How long can Degenerate survive without degeneracy?
I have no idea. He wanted to play a Degenerate. So he is in his ball court. we may have him come back, and it's like,
Well,
oh, 2
she
weeks
starts
went by.
taking attribute damage. She starts taking attribute damage that vanishes the moment she gets, gets the feed. So it's not all that bad. We just need to kill something in front of her or make something afraid in front of her. She'll be fine.
So, day 3, day 22 of the hunt for medical things. 3 days have passed. Come on, group. There's one mouse sheet. Here it is.
I scream, but he hears me. I got 19. Yes.
Mothermouth, you utter letdown. Okay, so you find a few more items that you think. Oh, sorry, that you've got before. You don't find any new ones. Will the degenerate? We get basic survival checks off the other two. They search for more Healy items.
Liana has.
Oh,
Hang on.
We need one for Cray then.
Great.
Ah,
There you go.
balance is restored.
So yeah, Heinrich, you do find as you're gathering up more moss, you find that there's some roots that are growing out, but you don't see any plants. It's just a root. You're like, well, fuck it. Cut. Mine now. So you hack out a piece of this root that you take with you along with the moss. Yes.
Okay.
Come
Sounds about right.
on. That's why. Well, 0.4.
Death. Right back in the normal.
Yeah, I had higher hopes for the degrees of success. Be completely. I may have been a bit too much.
Misplaced faith.
Oh, one more? Well, it's no longer above 90. That's something.
Great.
I'll be right back.
I can do it.
Okay, we'll give Mothermouth one more. Oh, god damn it. So that's 17 degrees of success in total from the group over
Too many rules.
2.5 days. Oh dear. Okay, right. We'll do one more round. I think Mouth was last on that one. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Never mind. So yeah, one more from everyone. I'll tell you, I put it as 20 degrees of success, and I thought, yeah, that's going to be quite easy for the group to do over. But Duffel is
Well,
just
the
like...
issue is that most of us don't even have survival, so...
Can't get survival. It's not available. The only reason I have survival is because it's from my upbringing or something.
Yeah, I probably don't get survival either.
If I die, I'm coming back as a mutant with actual basic survival skills.
You'll come back.
I
as a
mean,
fairy
unless
then.
you'd like to give it to us as an elite advance, hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I may be doing that after. I think
we have ventured out into the wastes, survived for a few days, and we can't actually put two sticks together to make a simple fire.
you've been on world for 22 days now. I think yeah, you could probably twist my arm that you've at least got a basic understanding of don't eat that, wash there, don't shit there, kind of. Ah, glorious. Okay, so I believe, well, Cray's not gonna, well, we'll give Cray a couple of rolls later. You got one more of this day, I believe. And oh, god damn it, Muddermouth. So basically, I want 2 more degrees. Once 2 more degrees can be acquired, help will arrive.
So this is our last one for the day.
Yep, last one for this day.
Cray has
2
to do when he gets back. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you head on back and you feed what you've got in there. Your piece of root, Heinrich, seems to have other ingredients in there, but nothing's ticked off completely as far as you can see at the moment, except for like basic paint. So we go into the next day. How are we doing on time, Geddy?
Could go for another 5-10 minutes, I think.
Sure, not a problem. I understand it's going to be a short one. However, bit of a filler one.
It's a short one with terrible rolls.
Yeah, getting those horrific rolls out for an episode as you're trying to get medicine and get some goodies. Well, god damn you, Muddermouth, you fucking useless furry. Like, the thing is, my luck is kind of, it's good. It's good. I don't like boasting about it, but I roll a lot of fucking natural 3s, natural 4s. I'm always getting them.
Dude, look at Korea. The number of 1s per fucking session. That's for both parties, actually. It seems to be a natural trait of Korea. Both the Kriegers and the Astrians both get unnatural numbers of 1s and crits.
But so this is it. I've never played a player character who's been unlucky. Okay, in D&D, that D20 is a swinging dice, so I don't count D&D. But in all D100 games, I've always been fairly fucking lucky, and Nuffle, the great and heathenous goddess that she is, likes to fuck you around. This session is one of those. Like, damn, I wish you guys were fighting something, because then I wouldn't hit you. Ah, glorious. So,
Hello?
as you all head out for your 4th day of scavenging plants and roots and this, that, and the other to feed into the machine, the degenerate. So, Lindra, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. I'm so
Glorious. So, dude, as you've little recap, since your gut was poking outside of the inside and you had to like poke it back in and get it stitched up, not been a good time for you. You vaguely remember being on the back of a herd beast and being placed into your tent and sleeping for a couple of days, and suddenly you started feeling very warm and sweaty and clammy. Another day went by, and then you vaguely remember being on the back of another herd beast, walking uphill and knocking you around, and then you remember darkness with flickering lights on a hard bed and the voices of your now comrades in talking around you. And then the sweating got worse and the heat got worse. You remember hearing, and your translator going off, and you were holding it next to your ear as it was picking up High Gothic and translating things to you. Things about the world, about the creatures, and the group were talking and translating some of their talk as well, even though you do understand it in your feverish state. It's easier at being translated in your foul, degenerate tongue. So a few days have gone by, and you keep, waking up, and someone pats you dry, and they check your vitals, looking above you, and you kind of bleary-eyed, looking at them as they start. Were you hallucinating at this point? You're not quite sure. They kept feeding organic matter into your bed. It must have been a hallucination, as the pain in your gut has been getting worse for a while. However, as you get patted down again, someone feeds you some. Well, let's have a look. Oh, now you get a 33 Muttermouth. You get fed an alright meat soup again. The group leave you, and you kind of bleary-eyed, in this feverish tone. And all of a sudden you hear clickings of servos. A blinding light comes in your face, and it's just, you try to pull away from it and move your arms, but you can't move your arms. The light passes on down over your torso, and you blink away the bright flashes, and you look at your arms, and where did these straps come from? Wait, what the fuck is that? As your vision focuses and the light has moved down to your legs now, you can see a large arm has opened up from the machine. It's almost like a hand, but with each splayed finger, it opens up again, revealing another dozen small mechadendrite-like devices. Get a very bad feeling as the hand closes around you. Lindra, toughness test. It is flat.
I swear.
There's no negatives to it. Oh, I should have done, really. Okay.
Hey.
You do not scream out as the hand closes, and you feel cutting, snipping, burning across your abdomen. Serpent-like. It's a mechadendrite, but it looks serpent-like. Has a large bulbous part at the top that opens up, and it, for a moment, especially in a delirious state, it looks as if it has venomous fangs dotted all the way beneath it, and it fires these fangs out that stick into your neck, and you hold down the shock, the fear, the no, you won't give in, and suddenly you feel relieved. Then not quite relieved. Your head begins to swim, and a blinding light appears again. Only this time it goes through different spectrums of light, going from blinding white to ultraviolet to so on. And that's across your head. As you notice, on the snake-like mechadendrite, can't quite remember what colour Drukari's blood is. I don't think it's red. You see your blood begin to drain out of a tube.
Kinky.
Some time goes past in this state where you can't move against your restraints. You can feel things going on onto your gut. But the drugs that are pumping through your system right now, trying to keep you happy and sedate, are not meant for your... They're meant for humans. They're not meant for Drukari. So they're not having quite the right effect. You're starting to feel quite woozy. Can I get a +10 toughness test as you're starting to feel sick?
1 moment. I think there's something in my talents for taking less effective drugs. Let me just check.
So this isn't an... Well, so technically if you take less of an effect, the machine will pump more into you. That's kind of how it works with animals. Like animals don't absorb certain drugs into their systems as well as humans, so you give them a bigger dose. Not all drugs, but I know of at least a couple. So yeah, +10, just so to hold back the bile and sick.
Yeah, I don't.
So you can't really move your head all that much, but you do drop it to the side as you throw up. Other mechadendrites appear from behind you, and you notice that they start, in your still delirious state, it looks as if they're scraping you, but in reality they're actually cleaning up the vomit and cleaning up around your face. Unfortunately, the rest of the group are all looking for more medicine herbs for you, and are not around to see the procedure. It's about 30-35 minutes this continues before the serpent-like mechadendrite releases from around your neck, and its injectors detach. It rises up, closes up, and goes away. The hand-like auto dock raises up. The fingers, the individual mechadendrites all close up. The hand goes together and retreats back under the table. Restraints on your arm are released. You have full movement again. On another note,
Okay.
as you kind of look up and across your body, you'll notice that you are no longer in critical damage. It's a one-time thing, as I realise you will be out for another 5 weeks if I don't do this. Combat be dangerous, y'all. Combat be dangerous.
I'm outside critical. Am I still considered
No.
heavily damaged? I don't remember how that works.
You were at -6. One week has passed since then, so you've gained back 1 HP.
Yeah.
The machine has brought you to 0, and then has taken you to your toughness bonus above 0.
Okay, so it brought me to 4 HP.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. If I'm no longer strapped down, I'm gonna try getting up.
Yep, the machine no longer, you can freely move, spin round on your ass, and hop off the table. When
Do
you
I
look
recognize
around,
where we are?
yes, it's now illuminated, but you can see that this is the Archaeotech facility you found a few weeks, like 10 days ago. No one's here. You can see behind you, basically on the auto dock that you were just laying on, there is a screen there that's reading, that's got a readout on it. It basically says unknown species, diagnostics required, autopsy to further correlate data on how best to treat subject's DNA structure. Basically, it doesn't know what the fuck you are, and it wants to chop you up to find out.
Yeah. We're just gonna get into the screen like, no, fuck off.
So,
Gonna look around.
sadly, take the reins here as you kind of walk out of the staircase, and you're like, okay, well, no one's around, and you go out of the cave mouth itself. You look around, and you can see your comrades for now, kind of all round in the distance, like picking like round where things are green. Unfortunately, that is where we'll have to end our episode. So, on the 23rd day, the degenerate has awoken. We will find out in the next episode where exactly they're heading off to. Is it into the forests to meet the furries? Is it down south to find an archaeotech bunker? Is it to the east? Yes, is it to the east to find archaeotech bunker, but with Titanic shit in it? Or is it to the west? Find out. With so many places to visit and go. It'll be interesting to see what the group decides. So, thank you all so much for watching this short episode. I certainly hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to future episodes to come. Do be vocal in the comments down below if there is anything you're confused about or want knowledge on. I'll be happy to answer them. So, thank you all. Take care, and as always, bye bye for now.
Oh.
See ya.
See ya.